Ships can be expensive. Even the most basic of battle boats can break the bank, but experienced citizens know that not every combat ship in the verse is designed to drain your wallet. In fact, some of the most capable combat ships available are comparatively affordable, and while they invariably sacrifice certain things to reach the wider audience that their lower price point permits, these budget brawlers are sure to deliver thrills, kills, and even chills to aspiring combat pilots, all for less than a million UEC.
I haven't blown one of these up yet, but I'm about to.
Target acquired.
Defend that, bitch!
Yeah.
We'll start with two utility fighters that no prospective fighter owner should overlook. Their versatility makes them strong contenders in many fields, and the variants available are customizable to suit your specific needs. As such, they're perhaps the most famous and beloved on our list. These two are the fighters that come with small but cozy living arrangements inside, while staying true to their warrior pedigree by both sporting a size 4 nose mount and twin size 3 mounts on their wings. The world-renowned Aegis Avenger and the stylish and slick Origin 325A share a spot on this list as premium fighters for warrior hearts that absolutely need to deliver a lot of hurt on a tight budget without sacrificing their ability to catch a quick nap or enjoy a snack between bouts. The Avenger has a long and distinguished history as the ship of choice for the UEE, as a patrol craft, a training fighter, and as an advocacy workhorse. Even in modern times, as you move further away from core systems, it's not uncommon to see the UEE's advocacy agents using the tried and true hull. Closer to the core worlds, however, the agents have moved on to police variants of the M50, which means that used Avengers have flooded the market, putting used but still reliable ships into the hands of civilians. This makes the ship both readily available, affordable, and easy to keep maintained thanks to the wide availability of parts. Conversely, the 325A is a ship shrouded in mystery. Some say the modular design of the 300 series was created in anticipation of a promised Navy contract. Others say that, instead of being redesigned for combat, the 300 series were built from the 325A blueprint and not the other way around. While rumors swirl around this hull, one thing is clear: the 325A is a direct upgrade from the Avenger in terms of combat, while retaining everything that makes the Avenger great outside of a brawl. Awesome weapons, extreme maneuverability, and sheer beauty make this a love letter from Origin to any ace pilot who wants a sleek, effective ship at a reasonable price point, while retaining the basic amenities that make longer trips bearable. At the time of writing, the Avenger Titan and Origin 325A cost 785,000 UEC and 944,000 UEC respectively at Area 18. The Aegis Dynamics Gladius and its new competitive rival, the Anvil Aerospace Arrow, are two fast and nimble ships that are pure fighters in every sense. These two ships compete tirelessly for the UEE's favor, and while the Gladius is able to keep in the good graces of the UEE Navy with constant upgrades, the Arrow has opened itself up to the civilian market while the two companies compete. These two rivals lack the extra firepower of the Avenger Titan and 325A, but come with more missiles and greater survivability. The Gladius is the UEE's favored carrier-based light fighter. Its ability to bring a healthy missile complement on its size 3 pylons means that this ship can chew up other light fighters in quick fashion before returning home to restock on the Aegis-class ships these are often attached to. The Arrow downgrades two of these pylons for size 2 mounts, but what it loses in missiles, it makes up for an unbelievable agility and an impressively small footprint. The wings of the Arrow can fold up, allowing you to pack these in together more tightly than you could a fleet of Gladiuses, making these handy ships to have aboard when security is needed, but hangar space is also a concern. Both ships pack 3 size 3 gun mounts, and while the Gladius is faster in a straight line, the Arrow is more nimble in a turn. Both ships perform far beyond expectations in atmosphere, blowing away the competition in high G turns and in their ability to slice through the air at blistering speeds. The Gladius's hull is more durable than less dedicated fighters, and the Arrow is more slender and difficult to hit, meaning both enjoy increased survivability. What you lose for all this fighting prowess though is your comfy bed and your cargo space. These are purebred fighters and nothing else. There is no room for the creature comforts that their less focused cousins provide. The Arrow can be had at Area 18 for around 972,000 UEC, but the Gladius unfortunately just barely breaks into the million UEC range at 1.1 million. Still, it's the most direct competitor to the Arrow, and so is included for that reason. This next ship may surprise you, but when it comes to fighting at low cost, this one is truly hard to compete with. The Reliant Core is readily available at, frankly, a dirt cheap price, coming in at less than 750k UEC at Lorville's new deal. This makes it the cheapest ship on this list. The Reliant series history is less exciting than some of the other ships on this list. Taking inspiration from the success of the Freelancer, this ship is designed as a mini hauler that can defend itself. MISC has combined GN and human technologies to create a durable craft that can operate in hostile territories while moving low volume but high value goods, most often between planets and stations. While at heart it's still a hauler, this ship comes with a co-pilot seat and a healthy weapons complement that, with minor upgrades, outpaces any other ship at this price point. So what's the catch? Well, it's a little slow and a little big, making it quite easy to hit. Nevertheless, this ship's ability to rotate its body around its core gives it a stunning amount of flight control and agility in the hands of a skilled pilot. Its gun complement allows those who can land their hits to deliver a shocking amount of devastation in only a brief moment. The extra cargo space and room for two are just icing on the cake for a utility ship that can hold its own in a brawl or seek one out if properly kitted. If you are so inclined, the Tana upgrade is available, which allows you to pack her thick wings with an impressive number of small missiles. The Mustang was a design that was originally created to compete in the low-cost market as competitors to RSI's Aurora series, and while it's true that some of the Mustangs can be had for far cheaper than the Delta, as low as 250k UEC in fact, Consolidated Outland's light fighter variant brings something to the table that isn't often seen, something that allows it to rise to meet its siblings with a capacity that the Auroras and other ships on this list don't have a claim to. The Delta packs unguided rockets instead of missiles. While it's already a light and small craft, the Mustang class of ships also boasts a special proprietary armor dubbed Cavalry Class Mass Reduction Armor. This allows the Mustang Delta to have a far smaller radar cross-section than other ships its size. Combining this with its rocket complement places the Delta in a unique position, allowing it to do things that no other low-cost ship can do. Combining rocket pods with inherent agility, speed, and stealth, the Mustang can unleash awe-inspiring destruction on ground targets. Add to this her ability to evade surface-to-air systems with nimbleness in a tiny body, and you're dealing with an unassuming void craft that can outperform the expectations that you may have had in an affordable 763,000 UEC package. I have to make a quick out-of-character aside. This list was written to consider only in-game costs, but it would be remiss of me to not mention the Talon. It currently costs 1.8 million universe, which puts it out of the scope of this video, but it's also only $5 more than the Hornet on the pledge shop. On paper, the Talon isn't as spectacular as it actually performs due to the way that size 4 weapons currently work. Weapons like large scatterguns and the powerful C-788 make this ship completely overpowering against the majority of fighters. As it currently stands, not only is a Talon fairly affordable, but it's also capable of sweeping aside basically any other fighter with relative ease. This will not always be the case, however, and there was once a time when the Talon was a bit lackluster in my honest opinion because size 4 weapons weren't overperforming. Further, the stock components leave a lot to be desired, and there have even been reports of people unable to even take off of certain loadouts because of how weak said stock components are. If you want to lead the meta right now in December 2021 though, this is your Huckleberry. I hope this brief rundown of some of the smaller fighters in the market has been useful, and perhaps even offered a surprise or two. For the sheer thrill of flight, there's nothing quite like a small fighter. As usual, I'll be going live here on YouTube directly after this video does. You can find my Discord channel and Twitter in the description if you'd like to participate in the community. If you're into this style of content, be sure to support the channel by hitting the subscribe button below. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you next Tuesday when I release our next video.